Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Yikun Discs just sent me one of their new fairway drivers and I'm going to test it out today. Let's go. Thanks for tuning in, guys. If you haven't liked and subscribed and left a comment in a while, make sure you guys do that. It definitely helps the algorithm. Guys, Yikun Discs hooked me up with their new driver. This one is called newa. Now I've got it in two different plastics. We've got the Glaze X plastic, and then we've also got, I believe this is called Intercolor. I mean, check out that sweet confetti, and then check this out. Bottom stamp, and it's got that little newa goddess creature on it. Super sick. This one is much more durable plastic, 6 stamp. We're gonna go test these out. The numbers on this are 8, 6, -1.5, 0. Those are kind of interesting numbers. Let's test it out in the field and then we're gonna go to the course with it. All right, first up, let's try throwing the more premium plastic Glaze X one. Let's see how she flies. Man, I don't see much negative turn on that. That's pretty much a straight flyer. Wow. All right, now the Intercolor plastic. Same deal. Love it. So it's definitely been a minute since I've done some Yikun discs. Super cool company. They got some great plastic, great flying discs. They do lots of unique stuff out there too. So this disc so far, man, dead straight flyer, kind of like a Leopard 3 type disc. This should be kind of fun. All right, so throwing it flat, pretty much went dead straight. Now we're gonna try to put a little bit of an anhyzer on it, see how much of a long glidey shot we can get with this. First up, Glaze X. Just a little bit of an anhyzer. Yeah, this is a great turnover disc, even flattened out. All right, let's do one more anhyzer with this guy. A little bit less of an anhyzer. Wow, holds it perfectly. All right, that's what you want in a turnover disc. Not super understable, but holds a line. Okay, both of these flew great. Throwing it flat, basically went dead straight. Nice and long too, getting some good distance out of this. Anhyzer definitely held it, didn't have any comeback, which kind of makes sense because the fade on this one is 0, which basically means once it hits a line, it's not gonna come out of it. So let's try these on hyzer flip, and then we're gonna head out to the course and play a couple holes with these. There we go. Wow, what great flip up. Great finish. That thing bombed. Wow. Intercolor feels a little more flexible than the other one. I feel like it should be a little bit more understable, but let's really find out. Yeah, not really. Yeah, those both have very similar stability, even though the plastic is different, which that means that's a good sign of good manufacturing. One more shot with these guys. I'm gonna try a nice, higher, slightly less anhyzer type shot. See if we can get a great kind of drifting S-turn shot with this thing. Let's go. There we go. Yeah, that thing just doesn't have fade. It just flips. Wow. There, that's what I was looking for. That should fade out. That is a crush. Yes, sir. All right, guys. I'm digging this disc already. Let's head over to the course. All right, when you got an understable fairway driver, you need to take it out to a tight wooded course. None better than Angry Beaver here. One thing I want to note too on this driver is it definitely has a bead on the rim. There's not a lot of discs that have that. It doesn't affect the grip at all because it's basically in a spot where I don't even grab it. But when you're feeling it kind of with your fingertip, it definitely gives you a little bit of an indentation there, which is kind of cool. I thought that was kind of interesting. All right, we got a super tight fairway. Let's see how these drivers do. Just nice and flat, little flip up. Wow. Man, this is a disc I feel like I could definitely trust in tight woods. Okay, this hole the sidearm guys love because they just throw a nice easy sidearm, hooks up to the right. But if you want some real distance, you got to go big backhand with something that'll turn over. Feel like that's perfect for these guys. Oh, love that. Oh my gosh. Go. That was crushed. Wow, guys, that was such an easy turnover shot and it went far. Man, this is a great disc. So slower arm speeds, I feel like you guys are really gonna love this driver. First off, it's got 6 glide, which means it's gonna give you easy distance. It's an 8 speed, so it means you don't have to have a super fast arm to get this up to speed, and it's a little bit understable, so you also don't have to have a big arm to get this thing to fly nice and straight. So you guys want to check these out for sure. And for faster arm speeds, you guys are going to like this because it's a disc you can throw hard, flat, get a nice turn on it. Super easy turnover disc. Might even be a good roller disc too. We're going to throw one more tee shot here. This is a hole where you don't want to end up to the left. And for a backhand player who's right-handed, it's kind of a tricky shot. You need something that'll turn over, finish more to the right, but at the same time, give you 300 feet distance or more. I feel like that's where this is going to excel. All right, let's see if we can do it. Yes, sir. Turn, baby, turn. And no fade, please. No fade, and that's inbound. All right, that is perfect. That 0 fade on it is awesome because you guys saw how that turned, and then once it slowed down, it just went basically straight down. A lot of the other discs I have, they have too much fade and end up in the OB. All right, both plastics are great. They have great grip, but I do have to give a shout out to the Intercolor one. One of my shots went in the creek. I pulled it out of the creek, and man, that water just slid right off, and that grip was still there with that disc. So man, if you're looking for a nice disc that can handle the wet in the rain and still have good grip on it, these Intercolors are legit. Well guys, I gotta say, this newa put me in the best spot I've been on this hole yet. I mean, look, I got probably less than 100 feet upshot to get my tap in birdie. So guys, you guys gotta check these things out. These are definitely legit. Slower arm speeds, you're gonna love them. Faster arm speeds, you're gonna like these for nice, easy turnover discs. And I feel like, especially with that beaded rim, these might be really good roller shots. So be on the lookout. I might do some rollers with these in another video. All right guys, check this thing out. The newa from Yikun, one of their new drivers, 86 -1.5 If you guys need a place to get one of these discs, you can head on over to Disc Golf Deals USA. Use my code, save some money. All right, until I see you guys next time, peace out.